involve your superiors and outside of the organization so that you know the best practices. The proactive view of job designing. An approach to job design in which employees take the initiative to change how their work is performed. In which employees are much more involved in decisions and actions that affect their work. So in this case, the amount of ambiguity and accountability and complexity, you need to deal with that. Because you are the one who raised the hand, okay, I'm going to be doing this job. In this case, the negative stuff is that you would be having a lot of complex job. There are some still confusion to be answered and whom you're going to ask, right? And this creates stress, and you need to deal that with as well. So each of these has been shown to influence employees' proactive behavior. Caused by ambiguity, accountability, and complexity, which all contributed to success. So if you are given this less accountability, less complexity, less ambiguity, then you would take initiative and your job design approaches would be smooth. Okay? And then the new concept is coming, that is high involvement work practices. What work practices designed to elicit greater input or involvement from workers, which means the level of employees proactively is believed to increase the employees become more involved in the decisions that affect their work. So we also call this employee empowerment. So rather publishing the job, okay, you need to do that, and this, and you need to, report to home, and that is, so it's better you design a job and publish that with respect to high involvement work practices, which eliminates both disadvantages of relational perspective and proactive perspective. In that case, everyone is involved in your fulfillment of the job, and you are involved in others' fulfillment of the job, which means everyone is giving you input and you are also giving them inputs in their jobs as well. A modern theory, equity theory. So we have discussed the traditional perspectives, some contemporary issues, and some contemporary theories. In equity theory, and it says that people are satisfied with their job when they compares his or her job's input output ratios relevant to others, and that's it. If they have inequity, they would be dissatisfied. For example, if I'm a teacher, I'm teaching in CIP. If my friend is working is, for example, in Sisu, and he's also teacher. If I am earning 18,000 and he's earning 20,000, then I would be dissatisfied. With respect to, if both have the same rankings, same funds available to the teachers, everything is good, both are government owned, both are good, but he is given more salary, and the work done is, I am also working on the same working hours, same courses and same stuff, same input is there, then I would be dissatisfied, and I would say that my job is inequitable. And I would ask to my HR, increase my salary to the 20,000 to correct any kind of inequity. And then if I realize, okay, I am here only spending 3 days a week and he is here 5 days a week, then my equity is higher than his. Then I would say that, okay, I won't complain to my HR. I would be happy, and I would be pursuing this job as it is with 18,000. And then he would be dissatisfied if he compares me. So that is called equity theory. All right. So the equity theory is developed by Stacy Adams, and she states that employees compare his or her job input output ratio with that of relevant others. Right. So if an employee perceives her ratio to be equitable in comparison to those of the relevant ones, there is no problem. If they are inequitable, and then she feels or he feels unrewarded, and he talked about that, or he will compromise or on her or his productivity, and if not, if his standards or this equity is not this inequity is not being corrected, then ultimately either he started to be absent or ultimately resign the job. Right. So in equity theory, first of all, you must have someone to compare the person, system, or selves against which individuals compare themselves to assess the equity. Then there would be a distributive justice, which means you perceived the fairness of the amount and allocation of rewards among individuals. You fairly compare all those activities that he is performing and you are performing. It should be fair. Doesn't mean that, okay, his boss is female and my boss is male, so this is unfair. No, you need to see the attitude, whether his boss is whether his manager is bossy style or my manager is bossy style. If both are having bossy style, then you can compare. If one is having a friendly manager and other has a bossy manager, then that is not a just distributive justice. You cannot compare on that. All right. And then the procedural justice, perceived fairness of the process used to determine the distribution of reward. And remember, if you have a private organization, you are working with the private organization, so you cannot compare with the government organization, because in the government reward comes slow. In private sector, rewards come much faster. Right? So a very nice diagram would be, okay, this is you, so your outcomes, you compare that. Okay, if others outcome is more and her inputs are also more, it means inequity is there, and inequity means under reward is. If both are equal, you are on equity side, and if others have a greater ratio, then over rewarded. Okay, you are being paid more than the others, it means you are over rewarded, then you stays with the organization, right? The next new theory, emerging theory, is the expectancy theory. As its name implies, the individuals tend to act in a certain way based on the expectations that act will be followed by a given outcome and on the attractiveness of that outcome to the individuals. So, in a simple sense, one individual effort, here the arrow that connect each path of the elements are labeled as follows here. Individual efforts with individual performance and organizational reward, individual goal. So it means efforts performance link, which means individual effort gonna increase individual performance, and performance that leads to organizational reward, it has a benefit. And then when reward and your individual goal are aligned, you stay with the organization. So this theory give you three relationships. First, your individual efforts must be aligned with your performance, then you are satisfied. And if your performance is rewarded according to your organization, according to your reward, organizational reward, then you are satisfied. And if the reward is satisfied, is with your individual goals, okay, you are expecting, okay, $20,000 bonus and you will be given 20,000 or a 19,000 bonus close to that, you would be satisfied. And in that case, your individual efforts are linked with your individual goals, and all these three are linked together. So if organizations are not rewarding you, it means your individual efforts are not according to your individual goals, then you are dissatisfied. Then your expectancy with the management or with your expectation with the management or organizations is questionable or decreasing, and then your productivity start decreasing. So moving forward, expectancy or effort performance linkages increase the performance to reward